So let me get this straight, there are rumors of not only Kid Icarus coming to the Nintendo Switch from the 3DS, but also a new Star Fox? I mean, you add the rumors of a new Donkey Kong game from the Mario Odyssey developers and Metroid Prime 4 and even FZero, and the next couple years for the Nintendo Switch is gonna have some huge big hitters. Which, you know what, speaking of the 3DS, what other 3DS games would you like ported to the Nintendo Switch? In this video, we are going to go over the latest rumors about new Nintendo Switch games hitting the Nintendo Switch that both include Star Fox, Kid Icarus Uprising, and even FZero. We also have new reviews for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I will be streaming, so make sure you guys are subbed and have all notification bells on for when I go live this Friday. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like or dislike if not, and if you want to help me reach my goal of 1,000 followers on Twitter, my Twitter handle is roborob93. Without further delay, let's continue with the video. So recently, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been wondering what's going on with 2023. Nintendo hasn't really shared too much info on what's gonna happen after January, which pretty much leaves us with rumors, with the first one being that Kid Icarus Uprising is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. So this comes to us from Nintendo leaker Zippo, and this is what Gamerant has to say. Kid Icarus Uprising remains as a 3DS exclusive, secondhand copies are expensive, and with the impending shutdown of the Nintendo 3DS eShop, it will soon be more difficult for fans to get their hands on this game. However, a new rumor suggests that Kid Icarus Uprising may very well be getting a second lease on life in the form of a Nintendo Switch port or remaster. Frequent Nintendo leaker Zippo, who has made some accurate predictions in the past, claims that Bandai Namco is working on Kid Icarus Uprising remaster for the Nintendo Switch. According to Zippo, this remaster will include a new control scheme and improved graphics. It will also reportedly retain the original online multiplayer functionality. The game is said to be releasing sometime at the point of next year, but fans should take this information with a massive grain of salt for now. So yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but this isn't from Nintendo, so it could end up being fake. With that being said, one thing to keep in mind about Kid Icarus is that the director of Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS said that it would be difficult to port this game to the Nintendo Switch because of the control scheme. So always keep that in mind when talking about Kid Icarus coming to the Nintendo Switch. Moving on to the next one, we have Star Fox. So I've mentioned in my videos that I would love to see a Star Fox game come back on the Nintendo Switch, and it seems that we might be getting one on the Nintendo Switch according to Nintendo leaker Zippo, and this is what he had to say. A new Star Fox game has been in development for quite a while. It's been made in an outside studio with the close supervision of Nintendo. The thing is, I haven't been able to track down who's developing it. The only thing that's been ruled out for me so far is Platinum, which is a good thing, frankly. Now this is really exciting for me personally, like I said, but the question you do have to ask is what kind of Star Fox game is this? Is it a remaster? Is it a remake? Is it a whole new game? A reboot? What the heck is this Star Fox game? Well, it seems that Zippo has some stuff to say on that, and this is what he has to say. Now, as far as Nintendo considers this new game, a reimagining, a reboot, a sequel, Nintendo internally is trying to toe the line between sequel and reboot. It's unknown to my sources on how that aspect will shake out. There's also going to be an emphasis on online multiplayer components of some sort. And one last thing, Star Fox is another franchise that will play in part of Nintendo's overall multimedia strategy going forward. An animated project of some sort is in early works of Nintendo's newly acquired studio, Nintendo Pictures, along with a few other properties. So this is personally really exciting, and I'll share more thoughts on this later in the video, but right now let's go to the next one, which is FZero. So the FZero rumors come to us from the Nintendo leaker Sly Hunter, who is, according to Nintendo Life, a pretty good source right now. He's been right about the new release date for Bayonetta 3, which is going to be October 28th, by the way, and he was also right about the June 28th Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase and the games that were going to be in that Nintendo Direct as well. You guys should be seeing his tweets on the screen right now. So it's clear that this person does have some kind of inside knowledge. I mean, it's either that or he was copying off of other Nintendo leakers and other real insiders. We just don't know. So according to him, we are going to be getting something FZero. He recently put out a cryptic clue when he was featured on Switch Force, a YouTuber on this platform. And this clue translates to YGBP, which according to Nintendo Life stands for You Got Boost Power, which is from FZero. Now, whether this is a new game or maybe a collaboration with another game, we don't really know. But seeing as we haven't had a new FZero game in quite some time, I don't see why not. It's not really out of the realm of possibility, especially considering that Mario Kart 9 is probably not going to come to the Nintendo Switch anytime soon, especially with those DLC courses, which might actually be revealed tomorrow. If you guys haven't heard, there is going to be a maintenance for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tomorrow, which could be a sign that they're going to be revealing the next DLC for the course pass, which I think people getting the Wave 2 DLC for for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is something that a lot of people want right now, so I hope Nintendo does reveal that. Now, if you only wanted the info on these rumors and don't really care about my thoughts on whether or not this is real and other things that pertain to those rumors, I have some more Nintendo rumors and leaks. Just click the top right corner of this video and you'll be brought to those. And if not, let's continue with the video. So now that we have gone over the info on these rumors, let's discuss on the first one, with that being Kid Icarus Uprising. So Kid Icarus Uprising on the Nintendo 3DS was a fantastic game, and it would shock me if they bring it to the Nintendo 3DS. Like, I would be really excited. And it does make a lot of sense as to why they would bring back some 3DS games on the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo eShop is going to be shutting down, leaving less ways to find these games and play these games. And I'm sure if anyone even dipped a toe into the vast ocean of trying to buy these games, especially 3DS games and GameCube games, you know that some of these games can cost quite a pretty penny to buy and play. I mean, just look at the ridiculous prices of the 3DS Pokemon games and the DS Pokemon games. It's just completely ridiculous. So it's not that far of a stretch for Nintendo to want to gain more sales from these games and simply port these beloved games to the Nintendo Switch, because some games can fit on the Switch. And I'm not talking about memory-wise, I'm talking about the ability to play them, because there are some 3DS games that require touchscreens to play the game. And even though the Nintendo Switch does have a touchscreen, it would be a bit awkward to play some games with one hand and using the touchscreen. But when you're talking about Kid Icarus specifically, that is one game that you don't really need the touchscreen. You can get around by using the joysticks. Now, back on the 3DS, it was a bit awkward to play the game, if I remember correctly. I think people were complaining about cramps in their hands because they were playing so long, and it was just really awkward to hold the actual 3DS. So if they can fix those controls, it would be fantastic. And the next one I want to talk about is the Star Fox rumor. Now, this does come from Zippo, and my personal thoughts on Zippo is that yes, sometimes he is right, but there are times when just nothing happens. I mean, how long has it been since the Donkey Kong rumors? But if you were to ask me, is it possible for a Star Fox game to happen? Forget about the rumors, just say this rumor never happened and you were to ask, hey, do you think a Star Fox game could be coming in 2023 or 2024? I would say that yeah, it is 100% possible. Nintendo has been going through a lot of its IPs already over the past 3 to 4 years. They only have so many other IPs, so bringing back older ones is something that I can 100% see. Got a little tongue twisted there. What I meant to say is I can see Nintendo 100% doing that. I mean, we've already had Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Sonic, we've had all of these games. The natural continuation of that would be a new Donkey Kong game, FZero, Star Fox. These games aren't out of the realm of possibility. I mean, it's either that or they're gonna announce more Zeldas and more Marios. I mean, I'm sure some people would enjoy that. Now, FZero specifically, I don't have too much time playing FZero. It's one of those games that I only played on the Nintendo 64 back when I was a kid for like a quick second, and then I just never played it again. So I would say my excitement is pretty low. Now, I will probably eventually play them. I can probably even emulate them if I wanted to and see what all the excitement about FZero is. And I'm sure FZero fans are like, what are you talking about? You haven't played FZero? Are you crazy? Are you dumb? I'm sure the comment section will let me know what I'm missing, but I haven't had that much time with the series. But I can see it happening because there is just so many other IPs that Nintendo hasn't dipped in for the Nintendo Switch, and Mario Kart 9 isn't going to be happening anytime soon. Let's be 100% honest here. I mean, they still have a ton of DLC for Mario Kart 8 to get out. And who's to say that they won't make new DLC courses for Mario Kart 8 after this DLC? Now, those are just my thoughts on these rumors, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below so we can discuss it in the comment section. One thing I've noticed in my comment section is that FZero, Kid Icarus Uprising, and Star Fox were 3 games that constantly pop up that people really want to see. So I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comment section below on what you thought of this and what you want for these games, assuming these are true, because they could always be fake, of course. I'm sure that we all know this by now. With that being said, let's move on to the topic that I really want to talk about, in a game that I am extremely excited for. So the review for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is out, and a lot of people are giving it 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. It's crazy. And I just want to read off some of them and give my thoughts and my hopes for the game when I finally play it on Friday. The first one is from RPG Site, and this is what they say. Very few JRPGs these days have astounded me with the core cast as well written as this one. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 often opts for a show don't tell mentality in moments of characterizations. Throughout my 143-hour playthrough, I never thought the game dragged its feet or was tiring itself out. So this review specifically honestly really caught my eye because there's a lot of things in this that I really want for pretty much any RPG. But one of the main things is the story and the characters, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with these characters as you do in these RPG games. Often they are pretty long games. So if you're spending all this time with these characters, you want them to be fun to watch, you want to get to know them, you want them to be likable. And the fact that this review says that they're well written is a fantastic thing and something that gets me really excited, because when there are fantastic characters, they really stick with me for a very long time. Another thing is the length. I really like these long RPG games. I don't know about anyone else, but I like long games. And something that a lot of these RPGs can run into is tiring you out. Having all of these mechanics and having the story drag out or get boring, or the game just gets boring itself or repetitive, these problems can drag down RPG games. A great example is Witcher 3, a fantastic game, yes, but a lot of times you just look at the map and it just tires you out. There's just so many icons. And as someone who likes to clear off the map completely, that has become a problem. It became a problem in Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well. So the fact that they spent 143 hours in this and it didn't drag its feet to them is fantastic. But this video seems to be getting pretty long, so I'm gonna cut it right there. There are other ones that give it like an 8 out of 10 from GameSpot. There are other ones like Destructoid giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Essentially, the game is reviewing extremely well and I'm really excited, and we have 2 more days. I am gonna stream it, by the way. Remember that, guys. Make sure you have the notification bell on and of course sub to the channel so you know when I start the stream. More than likely it is going to be later in the day. And that is all we have for you today. Make sure you guys tell me your thoughts about all of this Xenoblade Chronicles 3, all the rumors that we talked about in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in the next video. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.